just wanna realize the future, realize the future, realize the future. I'm gonna realize the future, realize the future, realize the future. She just wanna realize the future. How's it going, people? It's Devon once again, bringing you another daily dose of insight and motivation. Today, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the subconscious, your true self. Okay, so for the past few videos, we've been talking about, the concept of self, personality, and your personal reality. But today, we're talking about the subconscious, your true self. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the conscious and the subconscious mind. So your conscious mind is a mind that reacts and works with the 5 senses: sight, smell, taste, touch, and hearing, right? Anything that you can see belongs to that sense, belongs to the conscious mind. Same thing with your taste, your smell, your hearing. Now, these things that cannot be, labeled in one of these senses cannot go into the conscious mind box, right? It can't check conscious mind for that. For these other things, we would call them metaphysical, which means that they are not of the physical. These things go in the subconscious, right? So, for example, you can't 100% necessarily see someone's character traits, right? But they embody it, like confidence, for example. You can't see confidence, but you can tell a confident person. See, that is your subconscious. It's under the conscious mind. Things that we can't readily hear, see, taste, touch, all those things, they are of the 6th sense, the God sense, right? The subconscious mind. So when we talk about the conscious and the subconscious mind, we have to ask ourselves a couple of questions. And then we need to also look at some of our limiting beliefs as well too. I like to take the limiting belief of money. A lot of people grow up with parents, people around them, their association saying things like, money is hard to come by, we never have enough. You got to work hard to make money. And you as a kid, you accept these ideals because you know nothing else, right? Through your formative years, you are a sponge, and so all you do is just soak in information. Whether it is right, wrong, or even beneficial or not beneficial too, you're still going to soak in that information. So you soak in a couple of ideas saying that, money is hard to come by. Money, rich people are bad people, things like that. And when you go out through your life after your formative years, you start to ask yourself questions. Well, why, do I seem like every time I make some money, I always lose it? Or every time I get a good bit of money, I can't make good decisions with it. I always seem to mess it up or some type of reason. I guarantee you that there is a subconscious belief, a subconscious ideal that has been implanted in you that you accepted, most likely when you were young, that is the cause of your reality being the way that it is, okay? So 2 things here, right? We have a erroneous belief that we choose to no longer embody because embodying that ideal does not benefit our pursuits, right? So we wish to change it. We wish to no longer believe money is hard to come by. We wish to believe that we are a money magnet. Money comes easily and effortlessly to us, right? So you have the conscious, we have the subconscious mind. Now, your subconscious, your true self, right? The God power, the God force within you. See, the subconscious doesn't see right or wrong, good or bad. It just is, right? It just is. So these ideas, these thoughts that you are now taking a microscope at and you're looking at them, you're saying, wait a minute, I don't particularly like how that idea is. Let me switch it up. Let me change it to something else. Man, the subconscious is so powerful. It's like a computer program. And even after that computer program has been already finished and installed and everything, you can still go back within the program from its root and change it. That is your subconscious mind. See, we have the capability to go in and change these programs, these ideas that are producing the reality that we have and that we wish to change, right? So why do I say the subconscious is your true self? Okay, so if you have a batch of apples, right? We'll make this real simple. And there's a few rotten apples in the bunch, right? And you take out the rotten apples. You make sure that all the apples that are in there are pure, they're clean, they're back to their perfect and normal state. What do you have now? See, your subconscious mind, even if you don't pursue replacing your ideals, your beliefs with something different, even if you don't replace them, you simply just remove, you go back to a blank state, you go back to a clarity with your subconscious mind. What will that produce in your environment, in your reality? How will that change your personality? And from changing your personality, how will your personal reality be changed? See, the way that I like to think about it is the things that we attribute to God, right? What do we say about God? We say God is all powerful. God is all knowing. God is everywhere at all times, right? We give him all these specific character traits and we say that he's this, he's that, right? Well, the same qualities that you give to God are the same qualities that you can give your subconscious mind. Now, maybe not in the same magnitude. We don't know yet. We have yet to prove that. But there is a power there, 100%, and we cannot deny it. And if you get to the point where, okay, blank slate, you're clear, like, why do you think people are so excited when the first of the year comes back around? People are like, oh my gosh, it's a blank slate. It's a chance to start over. It's a chance to do things anew. It's a chance to get it right. It's a chance to do things the way I wanted them to be done. See, when you remove those erroneous beliefs that you choose to no longer exhibit in your reality, what happens is now you have a blank slate. Now you have a slate upon which you can write any ideal, any belief, anything that you choose. And now the empowered self, the true self, can decide to write some things on that slate that will now help you get to where you are to where you want to be, from what you're doing now to what you would like to do, from what you have now to what you want to have, right? And at that step, the process is much faster. You can attribute it to a mountain. And in the first phases, you're climbing up the mountain. Now, this is a tough part. This is a part where it's hard. It requires a lot of self-discipline. It requires some internal motivation, some things to get you going, to get you up to the top of the mountain, up, 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 up. And then once you're at the top, you're like, wow, it's a nice view right here. It looks pretty good. And if you don't stop to take in the view, if you just continue that momentum going, you're saying, well, it looks great, but I'm still pushing forward. I still got a lot of ground to cover. Now that you're on the top of the mountain, you're reaching the other side, you're going downhill now. See, that's the easy part. That's the simple part. To go downhill, you can use the momentum that you've built and you can ride with it. At this point, the subconscious mind, it takes these beliefs, it takes these ideals, and it acts upon them right away. Excuse me. It acts upon them right away. And it says, okay, so now we want to believe that we are a money magnet and money comes to us easily and effortlessly. And then boom, watching the days, the hours and minutes to come, you're getting a phone call about this new opportunity. Your bank just sent you an email and just said that, oh, they just had a missed deposit or something like that, and you just got an extra $1,000 in your bank account. Maybe you're in sales and there's a deal that you've been looking on closing for a long time, and you heard nothing back from your client, and all of a sudden he calls, he says, let's put the order through. I want to do it. Let's get it done. Boom. Now you got a $30,000 check coming your way. All because you changed these ideas, these beliefs in your subconscious mind. And when you change your subconscious mind, when you change your personality, your personal reality has to change as well too, right? So the subconscious, your true self, because this is the God self, this is the God force within you that was with you when you were born. And when you were born, you had no such idea, you had no such belief that money was hard to come by. You had no thought that said money was hard to get, that you had to work hard to get money. Now, what if you grew up around people, or if, your influences were at a level of consciousness where they decided to implant in your mind that money was easy, that you always had opportunities to come by, that you were abundant with opportunities, you were abundant with experiences that would make you more and more and more money, that you were a money magnet, that you didn't have to work hard for money, that money just seemed to fall in your lap, that everything you touched just seemed to turn to gold, that you magnified your presence in any room. Now, what if those were the ideas, the beliefs that were implanted in your subconscious mind? And now as you grew older, as you passed your formative years, your personality, your personal reality would have started to reflect those ideals, those beliefs. What are you talking about? Money doesn't grow on trees. Of course it does. Of course it does. Every time I step outside or I have a conversation with someone, it's always about a new opportunity. It's always about making more money. What? I don't know what it is, man, but even when I go to the casino, I seem to always win. Every time I choose, a stock or two to invest in, it seems to always work out for me. Everything just seems to work out for me. Man, if you guys could just understand how huge this parallels in your life, you will start to take inventory of all the thoughts, ideas, beliefs that are not serving you currently right now. And you will say, I no longer choose to believe in those. And I now choose to believe in this. And then check this out. You have been living, you're 25 years old. You have been living with a specific idea, thought, or belief for 25 years. Maybe it only took one moment, one event, one circumstance to instill that belief in you because you were young. At that time, your brain was operating on a different wavelength. So now that you're operating on alpha to beta wavelength, it takes a little more effort to reach your subconscious mind. So people wonder, okay, well, this is what I used to believe and now I choose to believe this. How come my reality doesn't change in a day? How come my reality doesn't change in a week? First off, it does change. It does change right away. But these beliefs, these ideas, these thoughts are so stubborn. They're so stuck in there that when you go out and you get a phone call and someone talks to you about a brand new opportunity, the conscious mind says, nah, that's fake. Nah, that can't be true. You can make that much money? What? Nope. Nah, that person definitely was trying to pull a fast one on you. They definitely were trying to manipulate you into getting something for themselves. Nope, it's fake, it's fake. And maybe 3 days goes by, maybe a week goes by, and you say, man, this stuff doesn't work. This positive thinking, man, this changing your thoughts, changing your beliefs, changing your lifestyle, this stuff doesn't work. It's all fake, it's all a hoax. And you never get to the point where you get to, live a life that you have truly created. Live a life where you can be, do, or have anything you want. And you stay in a cycle of being influenced by other people instead of making your own choices, making your own decisions, deciding to live a life that's worthy of you, that's worthy of you living. I challenge you to, choose a thought, choose an idea, choose a belief, and stick to it for minimum 60 days. A lot of people say the 21-day thing. Some people say the 45-day thing, 55, 60, 90. The reason why I say 60 days is because you give yourself ample opportunity. It's about giving yourself a chance for success. How can you ever succeed if you don't give yourself a chance? So maybe it's not 21 days. Maybe it's not 33 days. Maybe it's not 44 or 55. But if you give yourself 60 days, 60 strong days, and says, no matter what, I don't care if nothing changes in my life. At least I will have cultivated a belief that's going to make me a better person. And if that's not enough, don't even start the journey. If that's not enough, don't even start the journey. But if you're willing to get yourself to a point where you say, okay, I want to cultivate more of a wealthy mindset. I want to prepare a space in my life to bring more wealth, abundance, and opulence into my life. I do have some problems with money. I remember when my parents used to say things like, we can't afford that. How do you expect me to buy things like that for you? I can't do that. Money doesn't grow on trees. I remember when they used to say things like that. But now I choose to no longer believe in those thoughts, ideas, or beliefs. Now I choose to cultivate a mindset that is about wealth, that is about success, that is about abundance. And it's simple. Create for yourself an affirmation that jazzes you up. And if you don't even want to go that far, simply say the words wealth and success. Wealth, success. What's powerful about these words is that you're not phrasing it in an affirmation, I am wealthy, I am successful. Because sometimes what happens is the conscious mind takes your senses and it looks into your reality and it says, you're not wealthy, You're not successful. We checked your bank account the other day and you were negative. So how can you sit here and say over and over again, I am wealthy? And I remember looking in your bank account, it was on zero. You're not wealthy. And what happens is a percentage of that affirmation gets to reach your subconscious mind where the real change will take place, where the real change will be made, right? But if you simply just say wealth, success, wealth, success, wealth, wealth, wealth. Snap when you say it. Wealth, wealth, wealth. Success, success. I don't know. Whatever you want to do, you do what moves you, what energizes you. Do that for 60 days, 90 days. And if you don't over time start seeing your conscious change and your mind start opening to more wealthy and successful opportunities, events, circumstances, people, things start falling into place for you, the universe starts working out for you, man, I know what will happen. I know what will happen. If that's what you want to do, cultivate a wealthy mindset, cultivate a successful mindset, simply just say the words wealth and success. Wealth, success, over and over and over again. Get obsessed about those words. So you got to have an obsession. Because again, if you're 25, you've been living 25 years with a mindset that believed money was hard to come by. And so it's going to take a ton of repetition. It's going to take a lot of work for you to punch through, for you to break through. And now, not only replace those thoughts and ideas, but to concrete that new idea, to stick it on there, to paste it on there, wealth, success. And your subconscious mind say, oh, we wealthy. Oh, we successful. Yeah, realize the future. And then you'll come back to this video and you'll say, wow, that's all I had to do. We just replaced a couple of beliefs. I just stopped relying on my senses. Started relying more on the metaphysical, on the things that I could see in my mind. I saw that I was a wealthy person. I saw that I was successful. I saw that I could, run a multi-million-dollar business. I saw that I could impact thousands of millions of people's lives. I saw that I could do this. I saw that I could be that. I saw that I could have this, that. Now I got it. I saw it in my mind. Now I hold it in my hands. That's what I'm talking about. Continue to realize where you are now. Realize where you have been, and now realize the future. Wealth, success, wealth.